if you're right and those two teams are the bottom of the barrel, then those were actually the teams that C9 and EG played against last week.
Yeah.
So that does mean that there's going to be a pretty significant step up in terms of like difficulty for this match for both sides.
Yeah, I think both of them are still a bit untested because those first games looked a bit easy for them. But yeah, Lotus is a good map for both teams, so I think if we're going to have a banger right away, just see who's kind of making that momentum forward, who's looking better in practice because they haven't really been tested yet in Stage 2.
That's very true as well. We see if we get that agent select up momentarily. So we can see. I mean, listen, I don't want to cheat. We can see what they're picking already.
Well,
yeah.
go on, then.
But it's not up on the screen. But
well,
the first thing that came to mind was the Derek Chamber.
Exactly.
Because he pulled that one out on Lotus, and he dropped, what, like 30 bombs?
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy from him, but yeah, we're seeing a bit of a switch up.
I don't see Chamber.
Yeah, no Chamber.
Yeah, that's a little bit sad, honestly, because that was a unique, interesting element of their Lotus composition. But here's the maps for the series anyway. It's Lotus, Haven, and then Bind. I was just having a look at this map pool because, again, like we get to cheat, we get to see it a little bit before the people do. But EG haven't played Haven for 3.5 months, and EG haven't played Bind for a year. So this is a really, like, we have not seen EG on maps 2 and 3 for a long time. Certainly not in this meta at the very least. So a lot of questions, I think, for me on how good they're even going to look in maps 2 and 3.
Yeah, and Icy's on Raze right now on this map, so him going to Haven, I'm excited to see what he's going to play because he's been playing some Cypher, some Duelist, and I know Jacob very well. He can play it all, so he's going to have a good one.
Yeah, and here's the agents we were talking about.
Spoiler.
Oriya, there you go. And yeah, Derek's moving off the chamber. I mean, it is a unique comp that EG were playing even before this, but now opting in for the Teo, I mean, I suppose gives you some. You're gonna pop open the doors. It's a G2 style of things,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, we play Teo Fade as well. I like the Teo in the Yoru comp because it provides those like insulation missiles that the Raze has, but they're doubling down. They want the Raze and the Teo, so they're just gonna be flushing out a lot of areas, running it down. But they can also multi-step, right? You have a lot of drones, you have a lot of EBPs, like with the Prowlers, with the drone from Teo, so they can go for a lot of map control as well.
Would you say that the death of Teo was exaggerated, or did they properly knock him down?
No, they did. They killed him.
Yeah,
they killed him.
Right, and this is just his like death struggle at the moment.
Yeah,
with
like
Trent playing a tiny bit and Derek
it's
trying
like
to make it work.
The maps that you can get map control easily without Teo, because previously people were playing like Fade solo initiator, right, on this map. So everyone knows how to get map control with only Fade. If you can greed those missiles late round for those executes or for the post plant, it still has great value.
Yeah, you just have to be much more careful with them. Right. You don't get them back. Yeah.
And it's kind of same thing with Cloud9's comp too. They're very upfront heavy running Neon, so if you can get that stun out, I mean, then it's just like the agent's kind of useless, but...
Yeah, time for that Samson match start though. Load up fast with Samson SSDs. We get into the pistol round here.
Hey, interesting Viper wall just straight off the rip from Net. He's throwing it over towards C. Just as a... Go and have a look at that, please, while we go and take a rubble by the look of things.
Just trying to lock 2 players at the C site while they walk up A.
A wall that I think I've seen King do last year, actually, with Leviathan.
Just Superman. He's going to be catching contact. They spotted him, and now getting a bit of a move on. They're going to try and run this guy down. Superman, he's got to vacate, but he's really at the back against the wall here. He's trapped into the corner. Wow. Still takes him out, though. It's a snake fight. Zeppa's going to be following up anyway with the trade. We're seeing Icy getting involved now. He's tapping away, see if they can push them back, and still not dislodging him from this spot. Icy! He's pulling it out of nowhere, man. He's a one-man army at this point. Offloads the nade and even gets some kills off the back of it. Not quite a 4-piece, but that is damage done.
Yeah, that was a play-to-win moment. He just got in the site, allowed his team to flood back in, so he's not looking scared. He's not shying down from the fight. Good job from Icy.
Yeah, good. I mean, it must be fun to see the guy when you've had experience playing with him as well.
Yeah.
And can you tell me a little bit about how your team tried to make Icy look his best, or whether that was actually the goal, like whether he had to fit into your system otherwise?
I would say, he was kind of fitting into our system. We put him on some roles that were difficult at times, like we played him on some Yoru, but his Raze was really good last year for us, so he has his moments. I was close with him. Like I tried to help him get confidence on stage, confidence in the match, and he's just taken off, so yeah, I'm proud of him.
It will be interesting to see what he plays on Haven and Bind, though, because they have been running him a little bit on stuff like Cypher, so...
Yeah, he had tier 2 experience on that agent, on Sentinel, so he can play it all.
This might be his map, though, to go crazy.
The seawall's interesting. I wonder if they're going to keep it the whole time.
Looking for a way in. Indecision, really, but the classic in Anoxy. Okay, he's taking out Superman. Forced out a util from EG, trying to prevent them getting a little bit further forwards. A lot of bodies stacked up here.
And Icy would love these kills.
He's almost getting a second.
I mean, Icy would love these kills, though. He's halfway up to his showstopper. If he manages to snack on a few more people, he's going to have a massive snowball ultimate that's amazing on defense. And you don't have this wall over towards A to try to take this space in a rubble reclear kind of style. But C9, there's nobody home defending, so they just get in for free. But that is going to be something to keep an eye on in these later rifle rounds.
30
It's just,
seconds
yeah, he's
left.
going to be hearing a lot of this. Sees the door
I have the
being
spike.
spun. Haunt as well. It's going to be a free plant for C9.
Spike
Going to need a little bit more, though, where that came from. Working with a player disadvantage.
I'll tell you
weapon
what,
disadvantage.
Zeppa's getting up to his ultimate as well. I was talking about Icy snowballing, but Zeppa's nearly got his online
Send
for
something up.
third.
Sees off the contact. Not just going to send it flying forwards anyway. Trying to take the timing off of it. It's Icy. Locks on. It's a cheeky idea.
It's bold.
Do appreciate it. Sees is going to be catching those. Zephyrs cannot hear a bloody thing, and he's being swarmed. Hold on with the right clicks. He's trying to do the work.
Oh, that's kind of nasty. Zeppa's got his ult online round 3.
Thanks.
That's pretty impressive considering you didn't win pistol or the force. Like, oh, you know, there wasn't a force. You didn't get back on the board at all. And yet he's managed to get that ult online. That'll give EG some stuff to think about here.
Yeah, Icy's also one off, so I wonder if they're going to go for like a lobby fight or something and try to get that ult up for Icy right away. And we're keeping the seawall. That's interesting. I've never seen this before. Or at least not for a while. Like,
It's a strange game plan.
Yeah.
Back when people used to run this seawall, you could pick up the A orb. So you used to throw the Viper orb down, pick it back up and use it as a deeper smoke. You don't have access to that anymore, so it does feel like, actually it's a different seawall
they
as
put
well.
it a bit deeper now on the right.
So this one looks more like a C exec wall rather than a C lurk wall to me.
Well, steady for now, though. There's no push back on EG's side. Superman going to be hearing a lot of this noise coming his way. Put up his own orb. Pull Derek over to try and help him out here, but this is going to be a full hit coming through momentarily. Steel Gardens drop down, lay it down. It's going to be a lot of it. Missiles and the snake bite. Zeppo is barely alive.
That's from the vulnerable as well.
Yeah, tagging him all the way down. Season a nade. We pulled out there by EG, hoping for a cheeky kill, an easy one perhaps, but Mitch is now going to be hard committing for the plan. Getting that one down. C9 getting themselves into the post. A lot of stray damage. These bullets are landing, hitting their targets. EG are getting whistled down before this retake can even really begin. Derek's getting a move on now, though. Trying to make moves in. That is snappy from Mitch. He's got backup. They can sense it now. C9 are going to be hunting for these stragglers.
And at this point, when the Viper wall goes up in the post plant, it's basically over. So it's a good game plan coming from C9.
Yeah, he's doing some damage, though. Decent go.
3 kills towards the end there. It's going to actually put quite a bit of damage onto the C9 economy. Considering that they don't have that ult to work with anymore, used it against EG's bonus, you might have just done a bit of damage that ends up mattering in the long term, but it's just going to put people on light armor for now. No immediate effect. I wonder if that Viper wall, though, is an incredible tell, because when they do put it deeper on the site like that, and they go C off the back of it, if you see that again, you've got to be expecting that they're actually going for the C hit instead of the C lurk.
Yeah. Also, I think that because it's a no sentinel comp coming from EG, that C wall, I mean, they put it back at A, but changing up the wall can just shift the defense in ways that you want, because you know they can't just put an alarm bot to hold something.
Look at this. I mean, conditioning it as well. Going for the A wall and insta-hitting on C again. EG kind of bit on that, decided to fight over rubble, and C9 have got themselves a free C site. Going in the opposite direction to the Viper wall.
And now, though, it's going to be fast and loose. Showstopper in Icy's hands. Doors already opened up wide, trying to make moves again, but no one's giving him an easy target. No one's giving him a free fight. His bullets fired off. Rattle, they're seeing if they can force the fight into spawn. It's up to Superman to hold them back. Oxy, it's crispy. Snaps back with the rifle, and now he's doing some serious damage up onto the site. He's alone, though. Flipped ever so slightly, doubled up and swinging through. It's all the rifles, though. Singing out. Cloud9, bring it up 2-2.
And that's big, because they win the post plant even though Icy popped his Raze ult. So right now they're going to be dominating not only in like an economy, but also in the ult. So that's a big round.
It's a nice shot hit by Oxy there, but my eyes were on net as well. Super safe position.
Let's go, baby.
really deep over towards Mound, controlling that flank retake. And I don't think Jaeger was ready for it. He caught a bullet in the back of the head. And we're back to this C wall, but it's the C exec wall. I mean, this is on an anti-eco. At this point, EG are really going to be thinking about what it means. Like a puzzle to sink your teeth into. And C9 are starting as if they want to take some mount control, maybe go towards C, but not going towards it. These are the kind of rounds where I'm wondering what tools C9 used to retake rubble late. Now, this isn't too late, but if there was somebody deep, I guess they're just putting Oxy's body on the line.
Yeah.
The human recon, or like owl drone, I guess.
Prowler's going to be clearing a lot of this one. There's bodies reinforcing up towards the A side. EG, they are getting a bit of a move on, but only working with just the pistols. Trying to isolate, split up most of the site to make it a little bit easier here. Nightfall's going to be committed. Cloud9 get a couple of tags and still getting into the plant themselves. Prowlers are going to be broken down. EG needs some crispy shots while they're at it. That's a good start. Sharp off the ball. We're going to see a few more though. Oxy is eager to see if he can step straight up to it. A lot of damage done. Hold on. What a shot. Oxy seeking to reposition now, but he's feeling that pressure and the hurt coming towards him. EG have got them surrounded. Overdrive! Oh. Just clogged in the face. That's a heavy lick from Superman. And a thrifty win for EG.
Thrifty.
I think Oxy should have that one when he's got his ult popped. It's the perfect weapon against eco rounds. And he's in a 1v2. I know he's down numbers, but I'd be backing Oxy almost every day in that round, and Superman drills him in the head after having just picked up one on sight. That is a sharp shot from Superman. God, some of these are nasty.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
This one, though, so important at the end.
Go! The unsung hero of IC2 killing the flank control at Rubble on the flank, 1v1ing that and just taking him down, it allows them to just constrict the space so hard. So that was a beautiful retake and good positioning from EG as well. Now we're just going to walk out A, contact.
Yeah, a bit more of a standard approach to this round from C9. Last time they put the wall here, EG fought heavy for a Rubble, and C9 actually used it as a fake and just went for a full C exec. So EG not contesting the space. We haven't actually had a full like team fight brawl for map control at the start of any of these rounds. The teams have been missing each other somewhat.
They might get it now though. Nature walking up. A few signs of life, and now the door opens. He hears the Prowler. Feels like a lot of pressure coming towards A. Smoke in your face on top of it. You're going to be going straight into perhaps Icy. Needs some assistance though. He's going to be stunned up. Prowler into your face and a glide to the side. Oxy is traded out. Yeah, he's trying to be onto the scene of the crime, see if he can offset most of this one, lining up almost for it. Not dead yet is available, he wants to send it. EG are making movements forwards. EG Derry's trying to make a go of it. Still, that season a snake bite, that is a foul combo. Where the hell do you even run? You have to step forwards into him, but into the bloody maw. And time has been bought here. Still the tap, looking for that extra response of EG. Barely giving it. These players now isolated. EG going to be falling there. That's a nice pause called for by Cloud9.
And two big entries on the way in. I think it was Net and Oxy who found their targets and created a 5v3 out of that one. I think Derek had a small moment there. I believe they only thought it was Ye in the pit, but not able to make anything happen out the back of it. And yeah, good patience from C9. But also, if you think back to last week, some of the things that I thought were errors for C9 were these really slow rounds where they ran the clock down to the very bones. And here we haven't seen any of those. They've actually been much pacier with things. And the faster tempo is working really nicely for them.
Bring them down.
See again, a bit of congestion. EG's money going to be knocked down again. You are right, Josh. I mean, Cloud9 been struggling on these slower attack side rounds, but
I mean, only in a few of them. They lost 4 rounds, something like that, against Furia on their attack side of Haven, but they were pretty much clinical everywhere else in that series. It is against Furia, though.
Yeah.
And I'll leave you to make the judgment on what I mean by that.
Just walking up here. There's plenty of Utah left to spare. Going to be hearing that one with the drone crossed up, but that's a tag up onto it. Oxy stunned up. Derek manages to at least hold control of it, but Zeppa is instantly in there. In their faces. Brings it down to a 3v3 now, getting into the post. Players trickling in. EG looking to see if they can group up for it. We'll see if there's another miracle up their sleeves. Good C's, good connection. The bullets, the nade, net! Bloody hell, yeah, he's not surviving that. Now even a Nightfall being committed. EG think it's winnable. Could be sending it forwards, flying. The Prowler and a Haunt has to be dealt with instantly at that, but no sound cues. Vic has to rely on that raw aim side by side, him and Zeppa bringing it to them, but EG battling back. It's a 1v2 that Zeppa's found himself in. Smokes on smokes that he's hiding inside. Complicated task. Bit of a puzzle to work out, but he's isolated it and found the kills he needs. That is filthy stuff for the Red Bull clutch. Zeppa just working them.
Beautiful clutch. I like how he had one play to make and he made it right. He keeps going forward, knows that nothing's in front of him, and just turns around and gets the easy two-piece. I think C9 is just 4-1ing with letting the Viper util let the Fog of War happen.
Jesus. All you. Hearing Oxy in the background, so fun.
Yeah.
Because EG's running no Senti, so they're just walking around, letting the Viper util go up and down to create those question marks on the map naturally. They don't even need to default that hard because you know that EG has to play those positions regardless on a no Sentinel comp. So
yeah, maybe it'd be better for EG during the tag time out here to play a little more grouped on the defense themselves, leave those gaps, play for retake a bit more.
yeah,
Gamble a little more heavy on the defense side, because at the moment, as you're saying, playing spread just isn't working. It's just creating weaker sites. But, I mean, at the end of the day, though, they did actually get that into a 3v3 for the retake. The players did well to be able to get those 2 kills anchoring the C site there with weaker weaponry. I was watching Icy fishing around on the floor for a weapon when he got caught.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that was a bit rough. It did offer, I think it was Zeppa who got the kill, kind of an easy one into it, but still a remarkable cleanup from Zeppa towards the end. It's winnable here if Potter can give them the right kind of guidance to move forwards. Superman's also been sat on this Viper's pit for a couple rounds, and they haven't really run a defensive setup around that, but that would be another thing that would clog up one lane of the map and allow them to be a bit more grouped up elsewhere. In fact, that actually looks like what they're going for here with him pitting on C and running a 1-2-2 defense elsewhere.
See how this one plays out. Yeah, the pits instantly drop down. Bit of pushback over towards A Rubble. It's Cloud9 feigning like they're taking control of it.
And they want to challenge.
Are they just going to challenge it?
I mean, Zeppa's ultimate would be quite nice.
Yeah.
But I still think Superman could take a couple of them down with the shorty. I feel like you always see the Viper in this corner. Yeah. It is the most popular corner for the Viper to be playing in with this pit.
Wait, we're not even
walking up inside it! He's getting collateral kills on top of it. The snake bite just completely denies any chance of moving forwards.
No util.
No util.
No ults. Just hoping that they could catch Superman snoozing.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's like a like a match call. Sometimes you want to go for those risky plays, but it didn't end up working out this time. I don't know about that. You have the Steel Garden. You might as well use it, right?
Yeah, that's an unusual one. Now, having said that, they have actually still found a gap here. And if they can force the push into Nature and get a kill, round could still be winnable. Nature, though, with a Prowler, figures out where they are.
Nature, hey, up with the C's. Enough damage done at least. He can bring them down with the shorty, but it is traded out still. It's 2 on Cloud9. Looking to get it done, and full containment is called for by EG. Derek's going to be hearing that, though. Still playing his life. Just a jiggle, gets the acknowledgement.
If he got one, he could use his Viper out here, make it winnable.
Seeing that one. Yeah, it's risk taken. He's already stepping up towards it. He's found one, found two! That's disgusting. Pit's going to be offloaded anyway. Not sure if that's stretching far enough, but we'll see. It's putting a bit of a cover and blight onto it. Armageddon, though, that's a red carpet. Rolled out, has to be sidestepped by Net. Forwards is Mitch, and he's already laying claim and paving away to victory. That is monumentous that Cloud9 managed to turn that.
4K from Zeppa into a 4K from Net to clutch the round 2v4 in this one. Why'd you ever drop this guy? That's crazy. Crazy from you, Val.
All I know is once he has a big round like that, he's activated, he's going to be dominating the rest of the series, honestly.
The way that this starts and the way that it ends has got to be heartbreaking for EG, too. Yeah, that is Icy and Ye both dying in heaven there. Nice, Michael! Can't really happen.
Cloud9 are just flying by. Miracles, hero plays from some of them, but getting it done. Knocking the money down again. Hasn't really stopped EG in the past, but this time around, there's no fake presence over towards A. Cloud9 are eager to take it. All that rubble control is theirs. Icy's one away from the ult. Could be big if he manages to get a pick. Prowler, a wave of smokes. Yeah, head's just poking over towards the top there. Bodies are toppled. any sort of danger in a round is immediately dissipated.
EG choosing to take a bit of a fight. They've won in previous rounds with the lighter weaponry, just kind of absorbing that aggression. This time choosing to try to take control of the tempo themselves rather than just anchor. And C9 mop it up without having to use any ultimates too. And Mitch falls before the Fade ult could be used. And Zeppa, I mean, what would even be the point in using his ultimate this round?
Yep.
Spike planted.
Derek 1v4?
Yeah, Derek 1v4. Your turn now.
If he wins this, you got to go bald.
Bro, listen, the passage of time is doing that to me anyway. We don't need to put a bet on the line. It's going to happen.
Yeah, well, I knew you weren't talking to me.
I actually was, but...
We'll see though, stuns forwards. He's found himself a gun. He's done to Oxy. That is, what is that? Okay, snapping towards him. Oh, listen, he was making me believe it. Making me scared as well. Trying to hold on to the hair follicles as long as I can.
But C9 in control of this game at the moment. Looks like Icy's going to try to pull out the operator for the next one, which might again give them an opportunity to lock down one of these lanes if they can get it away from the Viper walls. Viper wall has just started defaulting towards A now. It seems like that was a bit of kind of interesting tactical stuff that they were going to do in the first quarter.
But them off a little bit.
Yeah, now it's just kind of back to normal. EG starting with nearly four players on B.
They're kind of going for that packed approach, like 1-3-1, just flood either site. Icy's going for the passive line on the op from break room, which is really underrated. Sometimes it's hard to clear that guy. I won't be surprised if like Net just accidentally takes a bad fight when the wall goes down, but
Icy's just clearing up here. A bit worried about the Viper wall and whether someone could have taken a timing against him. But the Viper wall is cycling pretty quickly, so it's offering him opportunities to keep re-clearing this with the op.
Play a bit more aggro. He has the ult if needed.
Derek just re-cleared C with his drone, so they're going to be stacking towards A. I want to see them get on site a little bit, but maybe they're just going for the retake with the Raze ult.
Oh, he's got smoked off.
Oh, no one's home, so the Nightfall's not going to be connecting onto any players. Open access to the site. Thorns has another level of insurance. It's going to be all committed in through the back to Thorns up through Heaven. Good luck trying to retake through that spot.
I like the one-way smoke here more than this one that Oxy's hidden inside of, but we'll see what happens when it disappears.
Yeah, all grouped up. A lot to be used at their disposal. There's going to be a lot of util. Bit of a blind up. Icy, hold on, he's got a rocket into his hands. The gun's going to be taken away. Snaps to the side. He's only got a shorty. He's trying to cower and hide. But he's going to be hunted and rooted out. Ult used on either side in a 3v3 now. It's really getting thick and fast here. Shots popped off. Snakebite. He's just standing down into that net. You're ticking down. He's got to help though. Vic just responds in kind. That is filthy work.
They're feeling it. They're confident. We're just holding angles in the snakebite. Vic is getting 3Ks. C9 looks crispy right now.
C9 had a complete read on the timing of that retake as well. As soon as the Raze ult was popped, Steel Garden goes out, so nobody can really follow up on Icy. And that swing into the snakebite that we were talking about from Net is him expecting the second phase of that retake and hoping that he can catch timing on somebody. And EG couldn't even pop through on that. This is now a lot of rounds in a row where it feels like EG haven't had a chance to respond. Whether through big performances on an individual or just good team play, C9 are owning.
Here we go, TP into the spawn as well. This is going to be so in disinformation as well. Vic's going to be going for it. Eventually gets the kill. He's even looking for a little bit more. Tappy. He's taking his time with these shots as well. He's got to. Yeah, he does answer, but Oxy's immediately in your face. This is looking like almost a wrap at this point. Looking towards round 12. Cloud9 have just been steamrolling them. Like you said, Josh, I mean, it's just been hero plays, but they're racking up the rounds.
Yeah, not all of them.
Not all hero
there
plays,
have been,
but the early ones.
Yeah, there've been like 2 rounds that really got them going that were big hero plays, and then just some nice coordinated attacks, especially into A. You know, C9 started the half by really focusing on C and doing weird stuff with the Viper wall, and then since then, it's kind of pulled EG's defense away from Rubble. And then C9 have had an easy time of going mid-round, late round into A.
Yeah,
it seems like a good game plan from Mimi.
When you make some of those mistakes early, like from Cloud9 walking in the Viper ult, getting in these bad situations, but you still win because of big heroics, it allows you to run up the rounds and still talk about your mistakes without, you know, you can be more forgiving. You won the round at the end of the day, so that's why they're cleaning it up towards the end of the half. And they just have a good read on the pace. They keep going. Like last round they went fast B. This time they're opening A quick, and they're sensing no pressure, so they're just going to go straight in.
Yeah, contact re-clear, EG, just trying to take control of the map.
I mean, this is quite a big one because Zephyr going down means access to the flank is open. Maybe Nettle tried to pick that up, but you've got a 5v4 retake here with tons of different angles that EG can be coming from. A chance to make this an 8-4 half.
Doubled up, yeah, he's not ready for it. He's going to be popping off the ult though, at least not dead. Yeah, coverage is there. Icy finding it. Here we go, double satchel into the players. Oh, that is disgusting from Oxy, but it's only a go of things, and EG do at least claim that 4th round.
Kind of got baited there, just chasing the low vault.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of lacking the discipline. I mean, maybe a bit of overconfidence, frankly, from winning something like 6 rounds in a row. They just felt like they could do whatever they wanted and over-chase towards stairs. But I think they'll be very happy about an 8-4 half.
Right.
Game plan worked, individuals were stepping up, and now they're going onto a defense half that, to be honest, C9 looked better on the defense last week anyway.
Well, we'll see though, just 4 rounds between these two teams, and the second half could be anyone's game still yet.
I know what you're thinking. Total glow up. What's her secret? Fine, I'll spill. I totally upgraded with Verizon. Everyone gets a free phone with any plan, even if you're already a customer, like me. Now I have Google Gemini. It's like a little glam squad in my pocket. Gemini, what eye makeup goes with this lipstick? I'd suggest a classic cat eye. Wow, setting the bar high for daycare pickup. Get in on this.
Just 4 rounds, as I said prior, standing between the two teams, looking at the second half here. But a pistol round EG would be hoping for. Would be potentially setting them on the right track once more. Cloud9 could take over still, though. You never know. 8-4 could go in either direction.
Yeah, I'm favoring C9, though, at this point. I mean, is that a hot take? No, they're up 8-4. But also, last week, their defense was their better half. They just looked immaculate there. They had pretty much perfect... I mean, again... They're playing against Furia, so it's nice to see them with a bit more of a challenge and see how EG's attack is going to work against them, but they did look really immaculate there.
Yeah, in theory, EG should be better on the attack side here. So, I mean, they're running the double initiator duelist comp, so they can be really aggressive. They can slow down the rounds. They can play at any pace they want when you have this much utility. Kind of just going for the C-mount control with the drone. They want to save all their big pieces to go for the sight hit, it seems like. Save the eye, save the missiles, and just try to overwhelm.
All picked up, waiting for the right time to strike. Orb's going to be replacing the smoke, though. Put a bit of a pause into the Sepa VG. Another Prowler to re-clear from Cloud9 side of things over towards a Rubble. They're still heavy stacked of at least 3 players.
Yeah, they're maybe just looking for that Superman lurk. He loves going for those mid to late round A Rubble lurks.
Couple straight shots, though, and then we're going to see it. Teo Salvos drop down, trying to clear away here, but Net is sharp. Just shooting up into the sky there, and even Superman's lurk going to be caught and watched for. It's damage done across the board here. EG need to take risks, but as they do so, they're just getting chipped and whittled down. Only 2 left to try and put a stand against this one. At least the plan is a consolation prize, but they're just going to be hoping for a little bit more than that, but still blinded as anything. Haunt at your back. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Cloud9 at this point might just be sailing away.
Yeah, the decision making from EG I feel is a bit hesitant. I mean, even at the start of the execute, you show a prowler into sight to kind of give a cue, hey, we might hit here, instead of just going for the raw pop. And at the end there, you see Ye take that risk, go into spawn, jump out with the classic, but his teammate doesn't follow. So I feel like they kind of just need to get in like a more team fight mindset and be more explosive. I mean, that's a crazy
wild shot. Yeah, we were kind of watching from Icy's POV, and I wasn't sure.
Yeah, dude.
Where he
what do you
went
even
down
do
from.
against that?
Dude, this guy satcheled in. Flick, one tap.
Well, EG are going to go for a force in this situation.
Have to.
But a force with 2 sheriffs. Full armor because you're worried about what Oxy's going to end up buying. He loves taking an outlaw or a guardian, something like that, that's going to 2-tap with the light armor. But lacking the stingers might be rough.
Yeah, they're going to be meeting their match potentially here. It's a wall that's just being propped up, put up. Cloud9 have the guns in hand to see if they can really do some damage. The Seize is good though with that connection, but it's only 1 kill. As I say that, Yay. Okay. Jaster rolling up the sleeves, trying to get it done. Supermundo caught onto the flank again, trying to get those lurks off to give his team potential pivot options. Not ideal, but guns are in the hands of these EG players.
Yeah, he's running it.
Yeah.
Very confident about this. Caught a timing past the Prowler, but now he's been seized.
Seize have been good. Connection again. Derek just needs to hold some ground.
Look at Net's position coming up behind.
They might not be anticipating this one here. The Prowler even getting that connection, but a knife out, guns out. And the time he's caught. Derek, he's found it. Hold on, it's now a 2v2. EG trying to hold this one down. It's a difficult one to try and move past Cloud9. They've got a lot to try and do, but it's getting spat down in the smoke. There's not much you can really do in that spot. Mitch, last one left in a 1v2. Hoping to ISO these fights, but EG got discipline now. They're not giving anything away for free. Making him work for it, and Mitch realizes it. Can't win the spot.
That's a big round from EG. That's exactly what they needed to get back into this game. If there was going to be any hope, it had to come from forcing here and getting some kills. I'm not exactly sure how it happened either. Ye lands 2. I guess we'll see it here. It's just swinging either side of his clove smoke and manages to pluck 2 heads and change the tide of that mound fight massively.
Yeah, tiny mistake there coming from Cloud9 at the end. The 2 C-Link players need to make more pressure for Net to get that flank off properly, or else where else Derek is going to look.
Yeah.
They're kind of sensing, like, why are they going so slow? What, you know, and you got to have that internal timing as a player of check your back, and kind of ended up biting him there, but it's all good. You still got rounds to play with if you're C9. You can brush it off.
Money's going to be flipped around, though. CG working with it. Slow beginnings for them. Nice and spread out.
EG are generally quite a slow tempo team on Lotus. They like allowing time for Superman to work his magic on the A site. It does seem like C9 are pretty ready for it though, on the pistol and on this round. They've had massive like re-clear, refight ideas.
Oh, here we go. Superman is hard committed up towards Rubble. Needs some power for Derek. Is he going to be the one to supply it? Doesn't look likely. Overwhelmed and swarmed. Cloud9 to get a gun for their troubles.
That's the aim punch off the classic, I think, there. Just knocked his Guardian aim in the air.
Derek still trying to hold this one down. What a shot by Vic. Return of the fire again. EG getting a move on, though. It's a fast reaction from them, realizing that the bulk of Cloud9 was making that play towards A.
Can't be winning on the force and then losing on the anti-eco. That would be devastating for EG.
EG opting to take more space towards that waterfall area, and that saved them this round. Now they have a perfect read of where they're going to retake from, and no way Vic is ready for that.
Yeah, this is a deep push. Catching Vic unaware. Weapon might be able to get picked up here, but Net is first one taking contact. He's only got the pistol to really do the job in that spot. As I say that, only a pistol. He's still making it work. Still down. Half HP, enough that Icy can mop him up, but Mitch has been left towards it, and to do it all in a 1v2. Tricky spot. He's hunting for these last remaining players. He's caught the back of nature. It's a bit whiffy there with a bulldog, but spam through the wall should do the job. Should is the key word. Off of it from Mitch. He realizes it. Wasn't surviving that one. Bombardment from beyond, and there's another round added to the tally for EG.
But a deep breath from Icy there that looks like one of relief, frankly, because C9 pushed them to the limit. That round at the very end never really in danger because the time and the nade had kind of checkmated their position, but they were sweating to pull this one out, especially with Net hitting another nice one.
Good call.
Kind of interesting as well to EG. This whole time they've been prioritizing Ye's ult with the orbs rather than Icy's. So they built up the ult, but for what purpose? Don't know.
Let's see it.
To run it down.
Run it down.
Yeah.
Do some damage. Here's a stun that ricochets back and forth. The Odin spam is just really being disrespected. Oxy, oh my, tries to make good work of it. Again, Vic with a TP up, but there's that not dead yet. Yay, getting value from it. He's back into the fight, and he's brought it down. An advantage for EG by one player in the blink of an eye.
He scoops up another ult orb immediately.
Instantly.
Just trying to keep this one going. Step forwards, but net dismissed. With a wave of hand, Yay, it's getting active. Leaving it down to Zephyr, just a head poking up. This guy's feeling himself.
Ooh, we've gone back in time. It's 2022.
Yeah.
Hold on. I mean, that was a nice round, especially considering that it didn't start particularly well for EG. Icy got dropped instantly, and Ye had to pick up, I mean, he died as well, but then pick up a kill immediately after on that player that had committed rubble. It's not often, actually, that you see the Not Dead Yet find value. In the mid-round, it can be so tough because people can just disengage from your position, but in a big brawl like that, it is perfect for the Clove.
This is a heavy group up though, Cloud9. Weaker weapon rate, looking for an easy fight if they can, well, at least hoping, I think, that EG would step forwards and opt into it.
Are they going to get a read at some point that C9 have been just insanely stacked A at the start of every round here?
Oxy he's dancing with death there.
But he has got himself in a pushed-up position with a bucket.
Mate, it's getting dicey.
But he's giving value to his team here because they're allowed to go and stack B and C off the back of him sat here as a bullet sponge. Don't worry, guys, I got it locked down. 22 health in a dream.
Drone's going to be clearing him though. Oxy realizes he needs to break that one and get the hell out of there.
He's doing good.
Yeah,
Staying alive
is.
as well, just making it hard for EG to understand what's going on in the round.
And they're really funneling them into this stack on C.
There's the ult as well that Zephyr's got.
That's going to equal, well, it wouldn't just equalize things, it would give C9 a pretty big gun advantage.
It really would. I think they're waiting for the hard missile. Zephyr's in a perfect place for it, just to let it loose. Collapse on them, but 30 seconds left. You're going straight into this one. The Shear's still up, not being baited out from Prior. This is going to be splitting up the fight for Oxy. Potentially take something. Salvo's forward for Satchel from Icy. What a shot! It's Bucky and almost a collateral in nature.
20
Brings
seconds.
him down. 20 seconds. Getting a scramble. Getting a move on. Mitch. He's got the sidearms out, man. Trying to take some pot shots at them. Net is containing. Stay back at your feet. Vulnerable's up, and the spike's going to be reclaimed. You got 10 seconds to do this. Superman going to get a move on now. There's Thorns though. Paranoia. It's all sweeping forwards, and suddenly your chances down to naught. Too much time ticked off, and Cloud9 get a thrifty of their own.
There's the man who's done it for them, honestly. I mean, it's crazy because he only gets one kill in the round, but the Oxy being pushed up and refusing to give up space on a rubble gave C9 the perfect read, and also because he broke the drone coming out from the Tejo, and because it felt like there was presence rubble, he just essentially directed them like cattle into C for the slaughter.
And the fact that he even got one.
The Bucky!
Yeah, the Bucky, yep.
The Bucky.
The fact he even got one is so big after everything he did too. Like, that's a S tier round from him.
And now,
And
Have we set
C9
up?
always want to go for this stun at A main because EG's not running an Omen comp, so they can't TP to rubble, break that first line of sight from the defense. So they should be. This round is just like a show, like a fake. They want to show the stun and go stack C.
leave the Vice set up
Vice
over
set up
towards
at
A.
Usually they've been stacked so heavy on it. And EG, again, I think getting the wrong read here, right? It looks quite similar to the Eco round where EG are scared of rubble and so are going into the stack. But even if you go into A this time, it's a nightmare. Zeppa's got all of his Vice util there, a Vice ultimate to work with as well, and that'll just buy enough time for a rotate and a retake.
Down to the minute mark too. The longer you take with this A rubble clear, if you try and hard commit into that with all that Vice util, you are not getting the plan down.
Well, at least here the drone comes, the Viper wall is up, or the orb at least. So they know that there's nobody contesting this space. They might get a read that they're playing A retake. The ults would indicate that they're playing some part of the map for retake.
Hard committed.
Gonna give the confirmation here.
Yeah, no one on side, but the Thorns are already popped off, deaded. Even an ult of his own. Icy's going to be moving forwards now, trying to lay claim to most of this space with the rocket in his hands. Hawk clears through into the back of the site. No one's home though. Cloud9 playing all the way back now, looking to retake with ult to their own.
You need some aggression here, don't you?
Yeah, using that Razor early.
Here it is. It's a Nightfall and a Salvos as well. It's going to be choking them all the way out with that steel guard on top of it. Shorty in hand, glide to the side. Oxy He found his mark, found his target. Mitch is also doing some decent damage, but the pit, lay it down is another thing entirely. Trying to navigate this one. Could still be winnable. These players are getting picked to pieces now. Starting to edge into the favor of Cloud9.
One enemy
Still with
remaining.
full control of it. The overdrive, you just send Oxy in to go kill. And the rest of you can clean it all up. Cloud9 now finding that 11th round.
Good retake coming from C9. They got a lot of those early kills. Oxy getting that kill in Heaven was big. Icy's role in Heaven is to try to just bait out util, maybe get a kill. But the fact that he got taken out so clean just opened up the floodgates to just get pit control, get Heaven control, and just crunch the site.
What do you feel about them playing that
Let's go,
situation in the
baby,
post
come
plant?
on.
What do you think about them playing that situation in the post plant kind of passively? I mean, apart from Icy, who's in a pushed up position, they kind of played for the pit and just hoping that they could delay enough time so that they could get their guns back and be able to refight.
Yeah.
If you're calling in that kind of situation, are you trying to make like a push in stairs happen, or like trying to fight them as they come through Heaven? Like what is the game plan
Yeah,
there
I mean,
to
when you
undo
see
the ult
like
advantage?
fade ult there coming in, I would try to at least plant for yard and just play out if you want to play out.
Right.
You know, stacking up a lot of people in Heaven, I don't think is necessary. Yeah, either go for the stairs push or just play out backyard, but just funneling yourself in sight like that versus the fade ult, your chances are not that high, and C9 capitalized on that. But I also didn't like how we used fade ult. It cleared sight, and then we used the raise ult. Like, we're trying to be careful, and we want to entry without dying, but you know, what about later in the round? You guys aren't setting up like those later parts of your win conditions, so
Yeah, we were talking
that's why
about
we got attack here.
We were talking about them potentially getting the read that they were playing A for retake, and you said as the fade ult came through, oh, well, that confirms it. And then they popped the Raze ultimate on top of that. Anyway, it would have been a nice tool for Icy to be able to have. Would have completely stuffed that retake attempt. You don't need a weapon if you have the
Rip and
you know,
tear.
showstopper.
A rocket launcher.
Yeah,
exactly.
bazooka.
A bazooka, yeah. And we're just spreading out all of our Vi's util here. We have a Thorn on A, Flash B. Like, this is kind of sick, and they're just going to go for this 3-round fight. We'll set up.
9. We do like to alternate the setups a lot, especially with the conditioning nice and early. Prowlers exchange down towards B main. Heavy group up from EG. You got the stingers in your hands, close quarter weaponry. I call for the B pop, but trying to work that map. The door's opened up wide here. They can try and take these fights and split these players up entirely. Stun is already down and out. Icy was just basically a lamb to the slaughter. Moving forwards, trying to vacate. Yay, can't survive. It's cleanup duty entirely here for Cloud9, and the spike is in your laps.
They're so good at baiting Oxy in those kind of spots.
That was beautiful, Micro. Wall up, run into B, make him chase, and there's a guy behind.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
And then Vic's on top of the box watching in case anybody on Mound goes for the push. He's watching
Right.
again here.
One enemy
Sees the
remaining.
push. Yeah, claims the kill.
One of those rounds where C9 are in control of everything and just funneling EG around the map.
Yeah, that was a sick call. I think maybe like from Imi because there was attack, that 3C mount fight, and then they don't wait too long. They'll go for that aggression, tap the B door, crunch that. Like, they're making the pace in their hands, so that was really sick.
And a very nice read that on the eco, EG would be going over towards B. I'm wondering about the read on this round coming up here, though, because
Woohoo, baby!
I mean, the EG would have loved to win the previous, but Potter presumably also gave them a plan for this round, too.
It's got to work because otherwise it's your map Finny. Line up to 12. Looking to find that next one up. Heavy presence over towards Man.
Yeah, but also the Vice utility behind, so this early pressure probably going to dissolve after a certain timing. And they're doing the same play again.
And just the door opened up, and there's no pressure coming in through that one other section, and Oxy knows it. Tucked into the corner to seize. And if Oxy didn't finish him up, the nade probably would have. Still trying to claim those fights, and Vic is just about evacuating, but the door's opened up, and Zephyr still committed. But that Armageddon's going to force you out into the open. And Vic does supply and help out all the way here. Derek's still alive, but not for much longer. Vic helping him out. Another fully claimed up fight, and Superman, they are aware of this guy's games. The lurk plays going to be shut down net. Too smart for it. 13-7 Cloud9. Very clean opening map from them.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier about this is like their big test, right? Their week 1 matches were kind of easy. These two opponents are on similar levels, but C9 just looked dominant that whole game. I mean, the only reason EG have 7 is because some, you know, fortunate thrifties that got them some early rounds, keep their econ decent. That could have been like a 13-4 for C9, so dominant showing. And that's EG's map pick. Unlucky.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
We haven't seen EG